She will talk about her journey of Toastmasters. She hopes to inspire newer members and guests with her experiences and accomplishments. Her speech title is, "Thank you, Toastmasters."
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening, Ronit.
Good evening. How many of you joined Toastmasters for a reason? Maria, what was your reason for joining?
To get more comfortable speaking publicly.
Anita, how about you?
I was thinking a few years ahead at possibly job interviewing, and it would help me with articulation.
Greg, how about you?
Meet people.
Yeah, Sam?
You're the only reason I joined.
You joined before me, so you can. And he's still flirting with me looking like this. I'll do that. For those reasons, I too joined Toastmasters about a year and 9 months ago. I asked Sue just yesterday to send me my first video of my first speech, which was titled, "Me, Myself, and I." I saw that speech, and back then, I thought I did so good. After all, I won the best speech ribbon. Looking at myself, I was literally standing behind the lectern the whole time, reading my paper 80% of the time. I was so nervous. I went over time, I was unorganized, and boy, was I wrong to win that ribbon that night. But just like everybody else, I had a few goals of mine when I joined Toastmasters. Ashok and Shlomo joined 6 months before me, and they've accomplished so much in their public speaking capabilities, and I didn't want to be left behind. So some of my goals, just like anybody else, is I wanted to improve my public speaking skills. I wanted to gain more confidence. I wanted to be a role model and a savior to my kids. I wanted to build relationship, network, and I had a dramatic ending. I don't know if you all remember, but I stuck out a paper, and I wanted to do a speech without any notes. Have I accomplished all those? Absolutely. Deep down, I believe I accomplished every single goal that I came here to do. But I'm not here to talk about what I've accomplished here to do. I'm here to talk about what I've accomplished that I didn't realize that I was going to do. For example, how many of you remember my Fitbit speech, speech number 3, about a year and a half ago? If you were not here, I did a speech about Fitbit. And one of my goals was to lose 10 pounds of baby weight. Not this baby weight. And Jim Sims lost a lot of weight using Fitbit, and he told me about it many times. Jim, how much weight did you lose?
Well, at one point about 30 pounds.
30 pounds. If Jim at 60 can lose 30 pounds, me at 38 can lose 10 pounds. So I've set a goal. I made a speech about it. It was recorded on video. I had to be held accountable for it. So I started my journey to reach my goal of losing 10 pounds. A month before my 39th birthday, I did accomplish that goal. I lost 10 pounds. And I kid you not, unexpectedly a month later I got pregnant. But that's life. I learned so much about Jim. He is so competitive. I don't know if you guys knew that, but he would throw out challenges and win every single time. Sometimes I was just like, Jim, I'm just not going to get my 10,000 steps today. Screw you. You can win. But other times I was very motivated and I was able to accomplish that goal. So thank you, Jim, and thank you, Toastmasters, for helping me achieve that goal. I'll be back in a few months, and this time it'll be 40 pounds. Another story I want to share with you that's been very dear to my heart is because of Toastmasters, I was able to slightly overcome a certain fear. No, it's not exactly public speaking, but it's reading out loud. Everybody has a fear, whether it's a fear of heights, fear of bugs or bees, fear of public speaking, whatever. We've all went through a specific traumatic experience in our life, that may develop that fear within ourselves. I do have a story. I remember I was 15 years old, my first week of high school. I was a sophomore, and many of you know English is my second language, and I've been to the US. I moved to the US just a couple of years before high school. So I will never forget this story. My history teacher, Mrs. Curry. I went to class, and the first week of school, she made everybody read out loud. And with English being my second language, my reading capabilities was not up to par. I was probably on a 4th grade level, but being a history class and me being so nervous, I probably read on a 2nd grade level. I was really nervous. I hated history. Sorry, Greg. But looking back, I think it was a very traumatic experience in my life, and because of that, I've developed that fear of reading out loud for the rest of my life. That week, I went to my guidance counselor and I told her, change my class. I do not want to be in that class. So she did. I moved to a different teacher, and ultimately, instead of facing my fear, I quit. What do you know at 15? What I should have done is I should have spoken to my teacher, asked her, told her about my limitation. Perhaps she would have given me the section to read in advance, so I'm more prepared for it. But I didn't. I quit. So one of my goals, which I did another speech exactly around this time, December of last year, is facing new challenges, setting new goals, and becoming obstacles. And I promised myself that I'm going to overcome this fear. I'm proud to say that during that year, I've taken many roles. I was a contest master where I had to read 30 pages of rules in front of everybody. I volunteered as a parent reader at my daughter's class. And I've also participated, Shlomo pushed me into participating in evaluation contests as a new member, competing along the best of the best, Frank, Jim, Joe, and some other wonderful members. But because of Toastmasters, and it was on video again, I had to accept those challenges and move forward. So thank you, Toastmasters, for improving that sector of my life. And lastly, who would have thought when joining Toastmasters, you will build long-lasting relationships, friendships? Not me. Perhaps meet your future wife. We were fortunate enough to meet incredible people. And yes, some of those people, Krishna, are very old. But these old people know what they're doing, and we have a lot to learn from them. And we have. I was fortunate enough to learn from the best speakers, Jim, Joe, Frank. Sue was my mentor when I began my Toastmaster journey, and I've learned so much from her. Frank, we're so fortunate to have you as our mentor in our business, and we meet on a weekly basis and talk about marketing and sales strategies. And so many other people like Mark and Maria, we hang out outside of Toastmasters, and our kids might be best friends growing up. And so many other wonderful people that we met here. I never expected that. I never came into Toastmasters setting that as a goal for myself, that I want to establish relationships and make friends. But it happened. So thank you, Toastmasters, for that. I would like to conclude by reading a quote. Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Thank you, Toastmasters, for building my confidence, for allowing me to explore and go outside my comfort zone, to set challenges, to speak and to improve, grow both personally and professionally. I look forward to the next chapter of my life and taking the advanced manual, and I look forward for my growth.